Welcome back to another Sims 4 video. Today we're gonna see if we can make a tiny home inside of a greenhouse. Recently, Deli did this video building a house inside of a greenhouse, but it gave me a lot of ideas because we might be able to trick the game into thinking we actually have a tiny home whilst it's still inside of a greenhouse. But first, thank you so much Gameloft for sponsoring this video. And if you stick around to the end of this segment, I've got a special redemption code for you. So there's a brand new update out now for Disney Dreamlight Valley, the Winter Ball update. And this one is bringing Cinderella to the valley. So with the help of the fairy godmother, you're gonna work out how to bring Cinderella back and eventually throw a valley-wide friendship ball. We're also going to see the return of the Gift of Giving event from December 17th to December 31st. This is going to have gifts and wrapping paper show up across the valley, which you're going to collect and share with the villagers, and also build snowmen to receive holiday-themed rewards. We're also going to see the Winter Warmth Star Par, and this is going to come with loads of holiday-themed decorations. Two of my favorites are the Holiday Baby Pegasus. I mean, look at that outfit. But I think even more so is this Main Street Emporium house skin. I mean, this just looks awesome. Also, one of my favorite things is returning, the Floating Festival. This time it's all winter themed. So from January 7th through the 28th, there's gonna be brand new weekly puzzles for you to go and solve and receive all the exclusive rewards from that. I can't wait to jump up there and explore the island. It was so much fun last time as well. Now this brand new feature I'm really excited for, the Dream Team. You and 7 of your friends can join a community where you can actually share and request items from each other really easily. You can also share your own memories and dream snaps and see what everyone in your team has done in one place. I know myself, Deli, and Dr. Gluon are definitely going to be sharing and trading items. There's even more in this update, but I'll leave that for you to discover. If that wasn't all enough, I've got a very special redemption code for you here, James T. Gift 2025. If you redeem this between December 10th and December 20th, you're gonna get a whole bunch of special items in the game. So make sure you get on that pretty quick. Thank you so much Gameloft for sponsoring this video. Make sure to click the link down below or scan the QR code on screen now to learn more. Let's get back to the video. Okay, so there's gonna be a few steps to this process. First of all, I'm here in Mount Komorebi because we're gonna try and use the snow world to make sure our greenhouse is working the way we want. So let's jump into build mode. We're actually on a giant lot. I'm using a mod that hides the snow in build mode so I can kind of see what I'm doing. So a couple things we're gonna do. First of all, we're gonna go to Tiny Home Residential, which means, and ideally if I can keep this to be a micro home, which, how big is that? Let's have a look. A micro home is gonna be this size here. That's as big as we can go with actual walls. Now the idea is we wanna put this inside of a greenhouse and have it green and lush on the inside. So if I were to just put a room around this, like this, suddenly we're way above the limit, okay? But we're gonna do a couple things. First of all, I'm actually gonna flatten this lot because I think it being uneven is gonna be much more difficult. I'm just gonna drag this back down to the ground height for now. And then the greenhouse that we're gonna have around this, I don't know how big it's gonna be. I don't know what shape it's gonna be. I just wanna see if this concept even works to start off with. So we're gonna build our walls like this. I'm just keeping the trees there for now. I guess I could remove them. You know what, it might actually be easier. It might be easier just to get them out of the way so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, so then we're gonna drag this wall here. And if I connect this, you'll see immediately it says we've gone over the limit and it becomes a room. But I'm hoping if I do this trick where we put the wall there, then we move the wall in, it's now not a room, as you can see, which is good. And I'm hoping that I'm hoping it works the same way as if it were a room. So if I do this, we copy this wall, we move up. Okay, so now we have 2 levels where the walls are actually not rooms. Then I'm hoping when I put a roof on this, it works because actually, if I go into live mode right now, you can see this is all still covered in snow. This house in the middle is covered in snow. Ideally, we want this to act as a building around the whole thing. And I'm hoping, even though these aren't rooms, putting a roof on this will do that for us and keep us in, I know I'm over the limit right now because I put that extra room on top, but keep us within that 32 tile micro home size limit. So we do this, we're gonna go across. I know this is not gonna make us go over the limit, but the question is, is this gonna stop the snow from entering inside? That's what we want to answer. So I'm going to do some of those glass roof textures and then glass walls and paint that and all of these. So then this is the idea, right? We've got a greenhouse. Now, when we go to live mode, we're hoping not to see any snow on the inside. So let's see. Ooh, okay, this is good. Now, one thing that's kind of weird about this is it doesn't matter what angle the roof is. If you're in snow, the roof is covered in snow, which is kind of a shame. I wish it was clear glass, but we just have to pretend. So this is really good. Because this means we can now use this entire space, even though, get rid of that, even though this technically should be way above our 32 tile limit. So we can use all of this as indoor space. And what I would suggest using, because I think if you use grass, like see how like that's still real, because we're in winter. So the color of the grass actually kind of changes. Even this really bright one, you see how it's still kind of gray? You know what doesn't change is the moss. The moss stays bright green no matter what season we're in. So we're gonna use that. It is kind of annoying that we've got leaves all over the floor though. I might have to adjust that. So let's get this guy in here. I'm just gonna paint basically all in here. Now this neighborhood in Sims 4 never is not covered in snow. So I guess I don't really have to worry if I accidentally put grass on the outside, but ideally just want, well, grass, this is moss. Ideally just want this on the inside. I'm just gonna try and trim it, you know, trim the edges. There you go. All right, so go back to live mode. Check this out. No leaves there now, and it's all green. Okay, this is gonna be kind of cool. What happens if I put a tree in here though? Does this work? Because, oh, hang on, let me turn off debug. Let me get the regular trees. If I place this tree, does it, oh, it does stay green. That's actually cool, because yeah, if I put that outside, I wasn't sure if that was gonna work under the roof or not. Yeah, it turns to this, because what season am I in? We're in autumn. Yeah, that makes sense. There's leaves all over the floor. But also it's always snowy out here too. Okay, that's great. So we can actually do legitimate landscaping on the inside here. One other weird thing, along with the snow on the roof, is that you can see how dark it is in here. Like this whole thing, I mean, I guess technically, in this case, there is snow on the roof. But even when it is sunny and there's no snow on the roof, it doesn't matter how much glass we have. The game doesn't really know how to get light in there, which is kind of annoying. So we can use some tricks to trick the lighting. Anyway, so now we've got this space. Well, why don't I just delete this and we'll, oh, did this just turn this into, wait, what happened? Oh no, I've got no tiles now. That's actually kind of funny. Now the game is like, hey, you've got no tiles at all. All right, let's just paint that in. It looks kind of cool from the map here. Just a huge greenhouse in amongst those trees. All right, let's jump back in there. I was just saying if reloading the lot would get rid of the leaves off the ground. Otherwise, I might just have to go in live mode. Because you can see they're not here now. But for some reason in build mode, we got leaves everywhere. Kind of annoying, to be honest, because it's kind of hard to see what I'm doing. Maybe that's okay. That's okay for now. Maybe when we're doing the landscaping. Okay, let's have a look. First of all, I've just kind of put this here. I did not consider anything about this lot, by the way. I'm wondering, it doesn't need to be in the middle. To be honest, it doesn't really matter where it is. I do need to move this tree though, because obviously this is going through the wall. Put that over there. Okay, cool. So on the inside, where do we actually want to do the house, and what kind of house do we want to do? I mean, it's going to be a tiny home. Can we do an A-frame? Can I do a roof in here, or will this be covered in snow as well? Can we do like an A-frame house inside of a greenhouse? Which actually makes zero sense, because you're doing the A-frames so that when there is snow on the roof, it comes off, and also it's easier to build. But putting it inside a greenhouse makes no sense. I just want to see what happens. Oh, it does actually work. It's not covered in snow, which is interesting. But yes, on the other hand, that doesn't make any sense, so maybe not. I kind of want to do... We've got a lot of height. I definitely want to use the height, but because I want to do a tiny home, how can I fit that in? Let me also get rid of those eaves on that greenhouse. And also, let me fix up the roof and all that. We're using the wrong... Oh, and you see here how these lines don't line up? I just got to move the whole lot, basically. If I just move either forward one or backward one, will be good. So I'm going to go back one. There you go. Now they all line up. All right. I could also use the greenhouse one. I'm not sure yet, but for now, I'm just using this one. All right, let's jump over to tiny home so we can see how big we can go. Okay, first of all, I guess the thing is, do I want to have this... I don't think I want it touching the outer glass wall. Like, I think it's a nice idea to have the wall there, but it's also nice to see the whole house like encapsulated within the greenhouse, which is kind of cool. The other thing is, do we go at the back, or do we try and go somewhere in the middle? Let me just figure out where that is. So that right there would be the middle of our greenhouse. So we could just literally put something in the middle, but then I think that's it's kind of awkward. It's like, what the heck am I doing with that? It's just a little box in the middle. It almost does kind of make more sense to have it at the back. I'm gonna make it one wider, we're then at the full 32 tiles. And then we can definitely do probably some tricks with our fencing and all that. Now, I can't make this any bigger. So if I do this, you can see that's actually making it a room. If we do the same thing we did with the walls where we place these and then just leave it up, because I need stairs up here anyway. Where do I want stairs? Maybe on the side here. I just do that. Then we can have access up to the top. I also kind of want to see if we can do a chimney. That'd be kind of cool. The problem is the same though, where we need to place the walls separately so it doesn't become a room. It's always kind of weird doing this, but you gotta do what you gotta do. I just kind of want to see what it looks like if we had this going out the top of the greenhouse. That chimney's pretty big for like a tiny house. Maybe I can do a single tile instead, hang on. Okay, then I want this out the top, again, same thing. Kind of works. Can I fit, because obviously there's no floor in here. Can I get like an actual chimney piece in there so we can get it like functional? Could do this. Yeah, hang on. If I just move it up a bit. Oh, hang on. Move objects, move it up a little bit. Yeah, okay, I got a chimney. Also, right now this is just a really ugly box. I'm hoping to make it look more interesting, but we're doing bit by bit, okay? All right, so we've got a chimney. Yeah, that looks very silly in there. Hopefully we can make it look a bit more interesting. I would like a second level. I like the idea of a red, almost a little red farmhouse kind of thing. That's what Deli was originally gonna do, but then sort of pivoted partway through. And I kind of like it because if you go to live mode, the red and the green, that actually might be too green. I might need to dull that down a bit. But the red really pops like in amongst like the snow and all that. Like it's very obvious that it's in there and I kind of like that. So maybe we can do something with that. I almost think I need to do a roof on this, even though it doesn't make any sense, but it just looks, it doesn't look right. it doesn't look right. There's something wrong with it. Because we're still a tiny home. But if I do something more like where I can use a little bit more like shapes and levels and stuff just to make it a bit more interesting, we might end up somewhere a bit better. But the question is, if I'm happy if I could actually remove the tiles from the lower level, because I could actually just, if I get rid of this room, that takes us down to 64. Where's the X? Oh, because it's top level. Let me get rid of that top level for a second. 40 tiles, and I guess that's the extra. 36. Because if I do this, I can then do the same trick down here. I can just put my walls in place like this because we're already on the ground here, so I don't really need to worry about it not having a floor or a roof. And then we have the same amount of space. I was thinking maybe stone down the bottom could be interesting. So this is not a room, but we can use it like a room. That's the idea. And then we have extra room up here. The problem is, because we have a glass roof on top of this floor here of this building, it doesn't actually have a roof, which is a problem. And you'd think you just go here and say build ceiling, but the ceiling's already gone. So the only way I can get floor there is by putting more floor space there. And that will use up a tile. So I have to do this to get the floor in. Or I would put a roof over it. Maybe we can just do like a flat roof, like a roof, but as flat as possible. Because again, the actual angled roofs inside of a greenhouse don't really make sense other than, I guess, for aesthetic reasons. Which is, I mean, I feel like that's a valid reason. Okay, hang on, I just gotta, hang on. Game. I need to paint the the roof inside, which is surprisingly hard to paint because, oh, hang on, here we go. I mean, oh, there we go. So we could do that. No, that roof texture would probably change that. Oh, again, which is hard to do. Okay, you know what? Get that out of the way. That doesn't need to be there right now. What about another glass roof? Actually, you know what could make sense? I'm doing quotes because it doesn't really. We could put solar panels on this roof, even though it's inside of there. But then I guess it kind of makes sense. Like you'd think you'd put the solar panels on the outside, but then that means you'd have to clean them more frequently than if they're on the inside, right? Maybe it makes sense. It doesn't really, but I'm just coming up with reasons, okay? Reasons of why we would do anything like this ever. Also, I feel like I don't know if I love the stone at the bottom. Maybe vertical siding like that instead. I kind of like that. But then still have the stone chimney, which I'm gonna have to put, I think maybe here then. Okay, and then we put this back. Okay, it is leaving like a lot of extra roof there though. And I feel like this does look uglier. Is the other problem. You know what, maybe, hang on, down here, maybe this needs to be red as well. This whole section of the building. Let me just, okay, it's a little bit more interesting. I don't know about that being white. Maybe white was the wrong move. Maybe that same wood color that we're using. It's kind of cozy. Ignore all the weird lighting and stuff because it's gonna be glitchy like that until we try and get some lights in here and hopefully make it better, but it's probably not gonna be perfect. I don't think that's too bad. Now, can we turn this into tiny home? So I actually want to do, oh, maybe that flooring is actually quite nice. There's some adventure awaits stuff. Because I kind of, you know, we want this to be a really nice like garden all here. And I think actually having a nice stone walkway there would be cool. This could maybe, I think this is gonna be the bedroom up here. Do we have like a really nice, oh, actually that kind of works. Like French door, I was thinking, oh, even bigger. No, that doesn't quite fit. That kind of seems like that door's too big for the space. I think maybe that adventure awaits. This is kind of just turning into an adventure awaits build, but I think it might work. It's a little dirty though, which is kind of annoying, which is cool. Maybe just the greenhouse doors actually might work better with the white and the, yeah, like that. All right, I'm gonna go into lighting. Let's get some debug lighting because it's very dark in here, even though it's supposedly like the brightest point of the day. So we're gonna go get these debug lights. If I just put one up here on this balcony, that actually might be too big. Maybe this one. That's gonna help us out a bit. And I think hopefully if I can just get these, kind of hard to place it in the right spot without building more rooms because you can see how much that lights up this area without us having to actually place a physical light. So these kind of look weird right now, and it does because it is definitely giving too much light to the building. Maybe I've moved it a little bit further away. That helps a bit. Like it's obviously still going to look probably a little unnatural with the lighting, but that definitely looks better because if I go to live mode, you see those lights actually disappear, and then it just kind of looks like maybe there's just daylight in there. That's kind of the idea. It's kind of interesting. And I think with all the other stuff we're going to do in here, I mean, most of this build I think is the landscaping. So that's the idea anyway. Man, I wish I could do more balconies. But if we can keep this 32 tile tier tiny home, I'm going to be very proud of that. So I'm going to try. I would love to do like more balconies and make this building more detailed. But for now, let me just put this line here. So this is a normal room, so I don't have to worry about that. So yeah, I was thinking up here would be the bedroom. Oh, adventure awaits, actually. Well, I guess it's, no, hang on, that doesn't really make sense. This is almost log cabin-y. Like this is like a small cabin, but not log-based cabin, you know? Almost like, yeah, kind of fancy, bougie cabin. Now I want it to be nice and colorful. I'm not sure what color. Well, I guess maybe green and plants would be good, right? Hang on. Wait, what if we actually made the inside darker? Like, because we got the dark floor, just because outside's obviously going to be very bright. Like, it's just like greenhouse all the time. Do we want the inside to be like really, like I want it to be nice and bright as well, but like maybe like the actual interior colors a bit darker with the pops of the green and all that. Now, what windows are we doing here? I think we're going to end up having, that's too big. Adventure awaits. Vines and greenery and stuff on this building, I would say. So that's kind of where I'm leaning. Okay, so actually I've got to remember as well, on this side I've got the fireplace. So we could get one of those smaller fire places. Like there's this one, there is this little one. Actually, is a little bit bigger than I thought. We could maybe do a diagonal wall, perhaps, or is that going to cut in too much? Because then I'm going to have it there, then it's going to have to stick into the, yeah, that's going to take up too much space. Maybe we just do this, but slide it over as much as possible. I don't think I can get around to that side of the bed. Or the other thing is we just don't have one up here, but we do one downstairs. So then the chimney still makes sense. Or we could do this one. I think it's still nice. Now, I know I said color, but I'm gonna actually paint that white, like this was an old building, maybe renovated. And then like they built a greenhouse around this older building, maybe. Just so it kind of makes sense, because that's the only the fireplace that's gonna fit there. Actually, these could look good on the outside. How's that? Now this is gonna go, that won't really fit there because we'll go inside the thing. I'm not sure about that, but it's there for now. Actually, could this go over the door? Kind of cool. Can I just put it a little higher though? If I put it there though, and then put the walls down. Oh yeah, that sort of disappears. Okay. They didn't like it was a little low. And then obviously we do like a bunch of pot plants and stuff too. All right, so inside here, can we do like, does this have like it's got like that. That's kind of not quite what I'm after. It's like that, but I'm more like, kind of like this green one, because actually this is kind of nice. It is darker obviously in color, but it's got this sort of floral element to it. And then hopefully with decorations in here, it might work for us. Or it might not, I'm not sure yet. Ooh, moss. Now I want to get little rugs to the side of the bed. Maybe these, okay, maybe those. Let's see what else we can get in here. It's kind of annoying because I want to do cutaway walls, but the walls don't cut away because there's other walls behind them. So normally when I'm furnishing a room like this, I'd be able to put the walls like this and still see those two walls, but I can't. That's why I'm kind of like at this angle. Maybe we could use this one because it looks like it's sort of got books in there, so it's kind of functional. And then I'm thinking, can we get like a dresser over this side? Because we're gonna need some dresser somewhere. We could even do, this one could potentially fit. No, it's slightly too big. We can do like one of these. And then hopefully we can balance it on this side with, if we do like a wall sconce and then maybe, because we're all about plants in here. I need some plants. I need something on here. Oh, this looks like it could definitely sit on that. Maybe like this. Okay, I need some other light source too. But sort of, yeah, balance the weight of that there. At least I could put plants on top of this thing. Oh, I can, good. Because I wanted something more up here as well. Well, actually, if I can get, how does this one not fit up there? Dang it. I was gonna say, if I can get like a plant and then maybe like a box, like a storage box or something. So it looks, because there's not that much storage here. Then if I can get a clutter of a box, what's this? That's good, but it doesn't fit. Now that is this. Now that is this. Now that is it. Okay, we're gonna just have to, I actually kind of think I put it too far over to that side. Oh, I can actually fit two little plants up here. Hang on. I can just get another one on this side then. Okay. As if the entire greenhouse outside wasn't enough, we're gonna have inside filled with plants as well. All right, that's looking pretty good. I obviously need more lighting, so I think either we could just do a lamp over here, or do we try and make it functional? I don't know how much room I have downstairs, to be honest. Like, that's what I was thinking. Can I squeeze like a little desk in here? I don't think that's really gonna work because it's needing the chair as well is not gonna leave enough room. So maybe then we just do, oh, this is cool. Can I do, because I was trying to find like an item I could combine that looks functional. Obviously this is just decorative. I think we can put like little things on it, but I wanted something functional that then we could put a TV on top of. Kind of hard to find that. Maybe what about these actually? This could work because I think I can stack these. Where are they like shoes and stuff? You know what? I'm gonna search shoes. Here we go. Yeah, I don't know, just get some shoes in there. We got a couple of books, we got some shoes. I don't think those are actual books I can read though, so maybe I should get some actual books. Oh, can I not just fit any in there? No. I want them in that section. So because I don't want it to take up the top section. Dang it. Oh, I can't even put a TV on this anyway. Really? I guess I could use this thing. Nah, I'll just use this. Then we have a little TV there. Ooh, a clock could be fun. Okay, I still need to solve the lighting. This room, I haven't actually got to that bit yet. Maybe I can get something here. I feel like I could have a side table here. It's gonna have to be a single tile probably, because I think a double tile is gonna be too long. Oh, that actually might work. Kind of fits, but not that style. Maybe this one. That looks too chunky. I think it needs to be like, yeah, something more like this. But it kind of looks weird sitting on top of that rug there though, doesn't it? I have to move the rug in a little bit. Yeah, I might put it there. So it leaves a bit more room for the dresser. I know it's not all like lined up beautifully, but quite frankly, we don't have the room for that. So do that one, that's a classic. Plenty of light. Okay, I got another little lamp just in here. And I moved, I didn't move. I put some little makeup clutter over here. It's kind of like shoved in there. And I think I just need something else down there. I kind of would have liked the books, but they don't work there. So there's no reading for you in here. All right, so that's the little bedroom area. I think that's really cute. Now we need some sort of, this area up here. I guess, what am I trying to do with this? Is this, this I want it to be a nice like sitting area. I don't think I want it to be like a barbecue, I guess a barbecue area or like sort of a dining space. I just want to come out here and you can sort of relax. So I probably just want some sort of bench, not that one, be like this, but like a, maybe do a, like that just to differentiate it. I'm just trying to figure out where I want to put this. And then I definitely want like a telescope. Let's go outdoor activities. Is that in here? Actually, does this even count as outdoors? Can I even put it here? It might not. I can put it here with move objects, so that's good enough for me. Okay, then we'll definitely get vertical planter, I think there. Maybe can I just get another one there? Get two of those to get a lot of plants in that space. And then maybe just plant decorations. I mean, that's basically what we're gonna be doing to this build is just a lot of plants. Now, okay, so if we have a look at this, there's nothing above it. I feel like we could actually have like a taller tree kind of thing because there's like these things that are taller, yeah. We got so much height left still. Is that something else I can put in here? Can I just get an actual tree in here? Ooh, that's so cute. We gotta use this. Wait, can I use this up? Oh, wait, hang on. Hang on. We gotta design around this. This looks so cool. Okay, so how can I make this not look like it's growing out of concrete or out of stone / on top of a building, which it obviously is. We need to just get like a pot. Surely there's like a pot, a big empty pot. I need like a big, maybe like a barrel really is actually what we need. Like this kind of thing. Like if I put these two together, ignoring everything else in the way right now, that looks like it's like at least maybe plausible that it's growing out of like this crate. All right, let me go to live mode. Let me get my Samaj in here. Okay, can I even get up here first of all? Well, he seemed to want to go watch TV, so I think he can get in there, okay. So I can definitely walk through this space, which is actually awesome. Can I sit on this bench? Surprisingly, we can. Okay. Can I use the, oh, you can't use this while it's indoors. I guess whatever. I'm going to keep it there anyway because it looks cool. That's kind of annoying that disappears though. I really don't like how the game does that, but maybe we just don't worry about that. Can I get in the bed? Okay, that side's fine. Can I get the other side? Because this side's a little bit more squishy. He scooted across, but can I get like, okay, I can. That's pretty good. I'm really happy with that actually. So we now have, let me just jump out of that, this little upstairs area. That's really cute. I really like that. I love that that tree fits in there. It's so cool. All right, now we're just gonna figure out the rest of the house and then the rest of the greenhouse. All right, so down here, this is not a room because if it becomes a room, it's no longer a micro home. So that we've got to figure out and how that's gonna work. I do like these darker floors. Let me just do this, and then I'm gonna put some light. Let's just get some basic lights in here. So the lighting looks okay, because sometimes the thing with doing this is the lighting looks a bit strange, but it seems like we're okay. We should have like a front door. We also need a way to actually get into the greenhouse too, by the way. I haven't figured that bit out. I think maybe here at the front, what kind of door can we do? Do something like this, just so it fits those panels, like it lines up with it all. Or this, actually. The only downside is all these, I think, yeah, when you put these in, they all get frosted because of the snow, but none of the greenhouse walls get frosted, which is kind of interesting. So it almost looks a little silly because it doesn't really match, but I guess does that really matter? I don't think so. Maybe we just do this. I think I'll just do this because it's kind of subtle enough that it blends in. Well, when you look at it like that, it doesn't, but you know, as subtle as we're going to be able to be being in a giant greenhouse, and then we'll do some sort of pathway coming up to the house. And I think there is a door like this. It's kind of cute. And just do windows like that. I feel like it doesn't look very good like this, but honestly, I think when we get plants and stuff, it's going to be fine. It does kind of look a little goofy, I think. Oops, did I just do 2 windows? I did. All right, let's figure out the layout. So I'm going to need kitchen, bathroom, and living room. I guess we maybe don't even need a living room because we do have a TV and stuff up here, but kitchen and bathroom for sure. This layout, for some reason, for such a small space is much harder than I thought it would be. Honestly, it's that dang fireplace right in the middle. Let's do that. I think this is just gonna be easier to lay it all out. So then the kitchen, actually, how many green kitchens do we have? Because there's a few now, right? Here we go. Yeah. Hang on, which one is actually gonna fit this house? So maybe we did like this kind of kitchen. Oh, let me turn on this. Photo counters. Okay, and then well, actually, hang on. What if instead of a fireplace, it was just like a stove like this? And then that was like the ranger, like that's where it goes. That kind of makes sense. Or we just do like one more like this, but then use the matching ranger. So it sort of, I don't know, goes into that chimney. Okay, I do have a problem though, is if I do all green and then I add green plants, is that too much? Maybe this table needs to not be green. Maybe the table's throwing it off because I kind of want to use a green kitchen. Although, hang on, are we doing Christmas now? We got red and green. Yeah, go on then. We need Christmas time. Go on then. Okay, so can I fit the rest of the stuff in this kitchen? Let's see. Nice kitchen sink over there. I don't need, but a dishwasher would be nice. Oh, and it has a matching one. Fantastic. Over there. Beautiful. No, I do need a bin, but I'm thinking we can probably put like a bin out here, like around the back or something, rather than trying to squish it inside. I wasn't really sure how to position this table either, because it's either really long or like kind of gets in the way, or it's like here. What about, maybe we do need a wall there, but we then also just have a big archway in it. But then it will create the sort of visual separation that we need, like even bigger than like a 3 wide arch, or a little lower. Yeah, like something like this. Okay, I don't know why I didn't think of this sooner. Just putting the table outside, because we got a whole greenhouse. I was talking about how they don't have a good view from the table. Just putting it out here makes so much more sense. We can get a fun umbrella over it, a nice big dining area. We can do some more with this. I don't know. I guess I just completely forgot about, the outside space. So we've got that again. Anyway, so back inside, let me just get this light here for now. I do still have this wall in the middle, which I don't think I mind. I think what I will do though, is maybe get this adventurer where it's like appliance cart and sort of put it in the middle here. Cause we can put like, I don't know what, something on it, but it just seems like it could be useful. Okay, I just did a couple of little bits of clutter in the kitchen. I was gonna do more plants and stuff, but then it was kind of getting in the way. I do wanna do something with that wall though. Maybe some art or something, because the problem is because it is like the hallway. God, it's so hard to show the walls because I can't do the cutaway walls. Actually, what if I just move this? Oh, there we go. I can see. If I put that back later, we should be okay. Yeah, I want to do something with that wall because it just kind of seemed like it was a bit blank. But yeah, if you look here, because it is the walkway, we can't really have anything sticking out because it will just get in the way. So maybe we can just do some sort of artwork on there. Actually, if I scale this down, does it have weird shadows or is it? Oh no, that actually scales down all right. Maybe we'll use this. Yeah, that's all right. Okay, we'll do that. Okay, so then in this room, I've done dark green walls. I mean, we've got a lot of green going on. That's the inside. We're going Christmas on the inside and Christmas on the outside, like, because we got the red and the green. I don't know. But the couch is a lighter color, just because if I made the couch green as well, I thought that was too much. I did say I was doing colorful. I'm kind of now leaning into one color, which is green. So I might need to adjust some stuff. Maybe a nice bookcase. Can we do a big lamp? Like a statement lamp. Not that. Definitely a statement, not the one I'm after though. This is probably too big for the room. I feel like maybe one of these. Don't like that the bases are square though, but maybe that's okay. Because if we do that and then get like a table over it. Oh my gosh, how big is that? I was thinking like a small table. Oh, these are all so big. I forgot how big some tables in this game are. You maybe just use one of these. That's a classic. Maybe just pull that forward a bit. And maybe something like this, just a small TV. It's still a big cabinet, but here's what it is. It's not quite in line, but I think that's okay because otherwise I think it would just, this would have to push out further or that has to push in there. It doesn't really work that way. Could we do a desk, like a computer? Because I still don't have like a computer in here. I like the bookcase over there. We could do, we need something on this wall. Oh, that's way smaller than I thought it was. I'm gonna shove this over here just for funsies. I'm gonna get 2 of these actually, because I think they have different pictures we can use. Kind of wish the frames are the same colors, but whatever. I don't know if adding a rug just kind of highlights that it's off center. So I might actually not do that. I might get, is there a small coffee table that we could put in here? Oh, this one. It's kind of got like the little plant design on it. Yeah, there you go. Put it there so it's sort of in the center of that space. Oh, that's the only one with like sort of plants on it. Okay. Again, the desks thing is kind of, because they're pretty big. I This is probably the best option, but I don't know if it just looks silly having it shoved here on the side of the room. But I guess you gotta do what you gotta do. Can I get one of these chairs? I don't hate it. I don't know about that color. Maybe it should just be white. I don't hate it. I don't know if I love it though, but it does get it in there, and we're still a micro home. That's pretty good. Okay, so we got like the living room there, the kitchen in there. That's pretty good. It is quite dark though, in this corner. I tried to lighten it up a little bit. I'm gonna just do more lights. I'm gonna do this overhead light, but I'm gonna bring it down in brightness so it's not super bright, but it gives us a little bit more light in there. And I think I'm gonna do these as the ceiling just painted white. I'll do the same up here. Oh, actually that doesn't have a ceiling. Okay, whatever. Okay, I mean, that's kind of nice. It's cozy. I like that. I think that's sort of going for the vibe. Like it's a newly renovated little micro home, although the kitchen's pretty big. That's a pretty spacious kitchen. So that's there. That's the kitchen and living space. And then upstairs, of course, we have the bedroom, which I quite like as well. I think this turned out quite nicely. The ceiling is a little goofy because I can't put a ceiling in there because micro home and what we're doing. If we just view it from this angle, it's all right. And then you get this beautiful balcony here, which of course now we're going to do all the rest of the landscaping. And of course I've got to do the bathroom still, so I'll do that as well. Let me move this back in now, I think. All right, so the bathroom, put a window there for now. I'll probably need to move that, but we'll see. Kind of like the idea of these tiles, like just all these bits of stone, because we're using them outside. I kind of like that. So I might actually just bring those in. I'm gonna use this season store. It kind of has to go right in here. This room is kind of, can I even fit a mudroom thing in here? Hang on, let's see. I can actually fit this thing in, but is there one that comes with the decorations that fits? That's too big. There's farming ones. There's art studio stuff. Now there's this kind of, actually, maybe we could do like this, and then that other, I was also this, oh, that's like more like board games and stuff. Actually, does that fit anywhere in here? Could maybe go above the desk, actually. Although it does have hooks at the bottom, which is kind of weird. And I know there's, I know there's a light currently inside of it, but I don't actually mind that, because what I'm gonna do is if I can select the light, I'm just gonna scale it down. I'm gonna hide it back there, because I still want, and we need that light. But maybe I'll just put that there just so that we have extra stuff. Yeah. Okay, anyway, back over here. What was I doing? Putting something below that, which I think we could probably just do, not that. That horse ranch one. Oh, what's it? No. Yeah, let's do the horse ranch one there. Kind of wish there was one that matched a bit better that wasn't as rough in color. Maybe just do that then. Oops. I don't know why there's like a lanyard thing there, but whatever. Okay, a drink bottle. And then you know what we're gonna do. Plants. You know what would be useful in this game is like a size filter. So we could find all the small, because I know there's like really small plants in here, but I'm trying to find them. There we go, like these things. There you go. All right, bunch of plants, great. Now, anyway, into the bathroom. Should we do something other than sleek bathroom for one time? Because I do that all the time. The door is currently in the middle, which is actually kind of an awkward spot for a tiny bathroom. Oh, I said I don't want to use sleek bathroom, but I kind of do need to use it though. Because I need the screen. Is it called a shower screen? What is it called? Oh, it is good. So if I use this one with that fluted glass, it actually matches in with this kitchen from Life and Death. So it actually kind of makes sense. I don't know if I like it being white though. Maybe not white. I guess we can do this sort of goldy color. Oh, but now do I need to use the matching toilet though? To get it all to fit. Well, let me put that there for a second. Could fit that one in. I don't know if this is all gonna work right. Like this is all very squished. Oh, those taps change. Could do that one. This toilet does not match. I think I might just need to go for like, if we're not gonna do the specific matching one, maybe just one like this, a bit more plain. It's very close to it. But because of the way the door is, I guess I could just move the door over, at least to there maybe, then it seems like it would fit better. Just like that, really basic. Okay, do I need to test all this? Probably. Hang on, let me just get my sim here. Okay, can I go to the toilet? Not now, Nancy, I'm busy. Thank you. I don't know why this wouldn't work, but just gotta test it. Pretty sure the kitchen is fine, but I should cook something on the stove because I've put that thing right next to it. I don't know if that's too close, so we'll find out. Using the fridge, using the stove, that's all good. And that's fine. There's obviously no bin in there right now. But like I said, we'll do the bin outside. Oh, look at that. He takes it straight to the table. Fantastic. Okay. Actually, you know what? I should probably test this. Hang on. Ooh. Oh, no, we can. Okay, hang on. I thought it seemed like he complained like he couldn't for a second. Read something. Can I get that? I can. Can I watch TV? I probably can. I don't see why I wouldn't be able to, but we'll just test it. And let's play Sim Scuffle. Okay, good. All right, that's all working. So that means the entire, not now. That means the house is done. Like the interior, we're done with it. It's all done. We've got the upstairs, we've got the bed. Okay, that's apparently grilled cheese up here. There it is. Yeah, we got the inside done. Now we're just gonna do the landscaping, which is, you know, the best bit about it. That's what we're here for, is all of this. I like this for a start. So I think what is cool, because this is terrain here, we can do some terrain editing. Like we can actually put like a pond in here if we want. We can do all sorts of stuff. In fact, should we see if we can do a pond? It's gonna have to be pretty small because if I make it too big, otherwise it's just not gonna. But if I do that, that's not gonna work. That's like perfectly a circle, which I think looks a little silly, but yeah, we can do that. Okay, so let me go make it slower speed, nice and soft. And then if we can do like, when it comes to lakes, you need like a bean. A bean is the shape you need. That is not a bean, hang on. Down a level, up a level? No, okay, hang on. That's not a good shape. That is not good, but we'll work on it a little bit here. Smoothing, maybe something like that. That's not too bad, okay. Yeah, a little bean over there, and then we can do, you know what's cool about this? Because, oh, it's so dark over here. Because it's a greenhouse, we can do whatever the heck we want. I'm thinking we get like reeds in here. We're up in the mountains, it's all snowy. We can get reeds, why not? You know what else we can get? We can go into here, we can get, ooh, actually I want this fountain somewhere too. I will get that one, but I wanted to get little lilies for the water. Actually, these ones are better, bigger. Yeah. Okay, then I also want to do some sort of central tree. So it needs to be tall, but also not get in my way. Like I don't want it like blocking the view. It needs to be tall, but have high leaf cover like this. But that's too tall? We could scale. We can also scale trees a little bit if we need to. So I think it's just a matter of finding one that kind of looks right for us. Well, what trees do we have out here? This one, we've got just a regular birch tree as well. Okay. And of course, pine trees and stuff. But we are actually, what about a, oh, cherry tree could be good. Maybe a jacaranda, actually. It does kind of feel like it's in my way a little bit. Not too bad, though. Well, it almost feels like I want to put it up higher so it's out of the way. That kind of feels like the whole thing. Is that too, oh yeah, that's too much. Kind of funny, though. Do you like this? Maybe I should do like a birch tree and then scale it down slightly. 0.9, oh, no, 9.5 is still way too big. 8.5. That's still a little too big. Maybe 0.8 in scale. That actually might fit if we rotate it now. Oops. All right, that actually fits in. So we could do this one somewhere in the middle. Cool. I think we have to put a bunch of lights around the place because it is going to be very, very dark. All right, let's get a pathway in here so we can also see where the heck we're going. I'm thinking, I guess we'll just do like the gravel. That's usually a good call. We'll start like there. I think we'll come by this little lake, come around through here, and then that can come through here to the front door. But of course, we're going to go somewhere else too. Maybe we can do a smaller pathway, I don't know, over here. And then basically just filling it in with plants is kind of the idea. And then this one can join up over this side somewhere, I don't know, to there. And also maybe come around this way. And I'll move this maybe to here. It's a nice little spot at the entrance. And can we get some lights? I always like these ones. No, not these ones. Well, I do like those, but they're too big. I think these ones. Yeah, these are good. If I scale it down a little bit so it's sort of not too big for this space. Kind of a couple lights in the garden there. Yeah, that's all right. Okay, should we get a little beehive somewhere? It's probably a good idea to get all this kind of stuff as well. I kind of wish that we didn't have all these leaves on the ground. I don't really know why there are leaves here, to be honest. I mean, I know why there is because there were trees, but we did go into live mode, so maybe I just have to play a little bit more of time for it to it'll start disappearing. All right, then what I want to do is get Greenhouse Haven. I want to get that table. Yeah, this one. So I want to get like flowers on this. So next to the beehive, a bunch of flowers. Oh, these will be good. Yeah, these flowers. Let me go back to live mode to get rid of the... It's funny that going to live mode, I can see it better. Okay, so those are there. I need to get some purchase seeds. Let me just plant some flowers. I'm just gonna bond with the bees. All right, so I got a couple of flowers planted there. Now I feel like I kind of want to almost do like an edge to this space here because we got these pathways that sort of come into that, and the transition looks a little odd. So I'm thinking maybe if we just do a few more little plants around it, like nothing crazy, just like flowers like this around the edge of it. Where are the smaller ones? These, yeah. I don't need to line the entire thing, but just sort of a few of them here and there around the edge. To sort of define that transition a bit more. You get this bin. I'm going to put it around here. Oh, can it seriously not go under the stairs? Oh, okay. Well, there goes that plan. I guess I'll just put it over here. Oh, okay. Well, move up. It's going there. All right. Outdoor activities. The little bugs and mites could be a good idea as well. To do some painting of other terrain in here too. Otherwise, because it's looking... It was obviously nice and green, but a few other things too, I think. I do a couple planters here. I was gonna fill it in with like just bushes and stuff, but I guess, I mean, we do want this to actually be a functional space you can use, so I'll just leave those as like places to grow stuff. You could do some trees or something. And then, sprinkler. Maybe the actual flower arranging table could be useful too. I can just pop that here. Maybe around the side actually. If we come around here, I have this here, a few plants along there. I mean, we just kind of need plants everywhere, really. All right, so that's there. Let me go back to live mode so again I can see the terrain paint. Okay, there's like a little path there. The bees are just there. All right, obviously you still got loads of space to work with, which is good. All right, so what else could we do? Water decor, outdoor activities. So obviously got the plants, got the bugs. We've got, I don't think we can fit like animals. Those are too big. I think I'll give those ones a miss. I was thinking like a swing would be cute, but I think it's actually gonna be way too big for this. Whoops. this space because it's like, it's not. Also, I did like this fountain, but because it's dripping water everywhere, I think it's actually, it looks like it definitely would be better placed in another fountain. Maybe we'll get rid of that. I don't know if that looks great there. Japanese maple. Maybe we could get that in. Maybe we do just need another tree because that does fit. And that's pretty nice actually. Where's my bench actually from upstairs? Because I feel like having that around as well would just be nice to have places to sit, like a little bench there. I can sit looking at the little lake area. Would actually be good to have a pool, but I guess we've kind of run out of space for that at this point. Like an indoor, well, it's not indoor. I guess it is. It's a greenhouse. I don't know. It's kind of confusing to be honest. A toasty heater lamp. Do we put this here? I mean, it's a greenhouse. Do we also need a heater? Maybe that's not a good idea. Let's see if there's anything else useful before I just do more plants. Oh, actually a tree. Oh, the treehouse is massive. You know what? The treehouse actually fits, I think. Oh, it actually doesn't. If I pitched up the roof slightly, you could fit the treehouse in here. That'd be kind of cool. Hang on, where are we at in live mode? Because it's hard to tell. All right, yeah. I need to do a lot of plants through the side there in that section and maybe just in here. Unless there's more outdoor activities I want to add, but I think we've got a good range and then you could add in some more stuff yourself as well. Because I do need to leave room for getting to the planter boxes too, so I want to make sure I'm not doing too much. And I definitely want like taller trees around, or like taller plants and stuff around the place, because we should try and take advantage of the height. Go on then, why don't we get this little palm in here? Oh, actually, you know what would be cool in here is like an onsen, but those are massive. Oh, it's not called onsen. Maybe it's just hot springs? Hot spring. Oh, maybe that would be cooler than, like, I do like the pond, but what if this whole area over here was an onsen? That's kind of cool. It's a little too big though. Maybe a hot tub though? Could I fit this somewhere? Kind of big though. I didn't really plan for it. Just a hot tub here at the entrance. Kind of cool though, wouldn't it? Maybe we can redirect that pathway a little bit. I just like the idea of there being a hot tub in here. Now I want to see if can I get some stuff behind it? Like just, because I think, well, these hedges are going to be way too thick. What about pergola? Oh, hang on. Yes. The Enchanted by Nature one is actually maybe perfect for this application. A darker green maybe at all on it? Oh yeah, there. Ooh, okay, hang on. This might work really nicely. Well, obviously I have to play test it all, but that's kind of sick. All right. And then we could maybe even move objects to place plants on top of this. If we wanted to continue upward. Hang on, let me go back to live mode. What is this looking like in live mode? So it's kind of hard to tell. All right, can I get in this? Let me see. Get in. Yeah! Let's go. All right. I kind of want to put something down here. I guess you could get into the hot tub that way, but I feel like there should just be something else. Oh, maybe like an easel or something. Like some painting, you know? Not really. Oh, I could put it there. But then it's like, are you painting the people in the hot tub? It's kind of weird. Well, it's your own house, so you do whatever you want. Yeah, it's kind of, it's tucked away in there, but it's there, it's there. Okay, we need some more stuff here at the entrance, I think, because it's a little bit bare, like these, but just make them a bit smaller because they're feeling nice bushy section there. Or maybe this fountain, this may be a better one. It does, well, that also drips over the edge too, but I don't know, whatever. I wanted like some sort of fountain piece, you know, on the way in. All right, back in live mode. Okay, that's still pretty blank there. Like it looks kind of just weird that it's blank. Could we perhaps have chickens? That's kind of a cool idea, have them just roaming around. That might not be a bad idea actually, just in general, because then they can take care of the crops and stuff. Yeah, I like that. Oh, I also just realized that this whole thing is floating a little bit, so I need to lower it down. Okay, that's better. All right, so then, maybe we see like a whole hedge back here of flowers. That's cute, because there's just this backspace. Okay, this is starting to look like a greenhouse with the house inside of it now. That's what I'm talking about. Look at this. Oh, look at him. That's actually so fun seeing him walk around in there. Okay, that's pretty good. I think it's done. Like, I think that's all I want to do, because I mean, you could obviously edit it and change it up how you want, but I think that makes sense. Let's go back to build mode real quick though, just move this mailbox. I'm not really sure what to do about like an actual pathway to the house, because it's kind of just, this whole lot is always covered in snow. So like you're never going to see anything there. I guess we could do, the lights maybe, like these. But then how would I kind of just want to like mark a pathway. Now the problem with this, if I go to live mode, it looks terrible. Yeah, okay, so maybe I just don't do anything at it. I honestly think maybe just leaving it. It might look weird if you place it on a lot that isn't this lot, just because you're gonna see how ugly the rest of this is, but that's not the purpose of it, you know? Okay, so that's done. This is our 32 by 32, no, not 32 by 32, our 32 tile micro home that, you know, it bends the rules a little bit, but, hang on, let me go back to live mode. You know what, let me get to daytime. Okay, yes, that's our greenhouse. It's super snowy outside, but it's green and delightful on the inside. Only 32 tiles, so you get the full benefit of a tiny home, a full micro home, and the benefit of all this space. This is actually so cool. Oh, this is so cool, guys, I swear. Okay, game, okay, when I try to get a good angle, it hides everything, so. But yeah, here's the actual house. I love this top balcony area. That's so cool. I think that turned out really well. And the fact that it's actually all functional too. Like you can, well, besides the telescope, because that's indoors. But you can sit on that bench, you can use those planters and obviously get to the room and all that and get up the stairs. And then you get the view over the greenhouse, which if I can get a better angle, there we go, is pretty cool. You got the little dining area down there, the chicken coop, the hot tub, and then it all disappears when you view it at a certain angle. Oh, that's interesting. Hang on. Okay, now it's not doing it. Okay, those two bushes left, they think, the game thinks they're outside, I think, which is why they're a different color and they're still there, which is kind of weird. Anyway, okay, let's get out of this mode. I don't know why it's doing that. So annoying. Yeah, so I really like the greenhouse space, and of course you could change it up to however you want it to be, but we've got some good outdoor activities. Let's get in the hot tub. I think that's the best place to go. Go chill out in that. Got the easel in there, lots of big trees. We've got the one tree that goes all the way up to the top as high as we can, and the one above the house as well. I do wish it didn't have the snow covering it during winter, like on the glass roof, because that doesn't really make much sense. Also, because my solar panels are covered in snow too, which is a bit of a shame. Also, that roof inside is also covered in snow, even though don't worry about it, whatever. This looks so cool. I do like the red house on the inside because that does make it pop a lot more with all the green in that. I think just overall as like a thing that you see, like you're looking at it in the world, very cool. All right, and then inside, upstairs, we've got this nice bedroom. Is this all gonna disappear when I view it, or is it gonna work? Yeah, so I've got this nice cozy little bedroom. Oh, the fireplace is on. It might start a fire, we can't be sure. Little TV over there, nice bed and the dresser, all functional. Cute, cozy little room, and you come out here onto your balcony and you get to enjoy the, oh, look at that. That's actually kind of cool. I mean, I don't know if I'd want to live here, literally on a ski resort, but having that view, maybe this is like a little rental place you can stay in. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. All right, then downstairs in the house, or the rest of the house, we have the kitchen living space, which I think turned out pretty well, considering I really did struggle with the layout in here and trying to get it all to fit and make sense. But I think that turned out pretty well. Like I think having the little living room over there, the computer there, and I think moving the dining out here to where Samaj is, like outside, even though it's inside, just opened up a lot of space as well and made it flow a little bit better. So yeah, that's that space. And then our bathroom just, oh, hey man, our bathroom just in here. Ooh, I need to move those a little bit. But yeah, I think it's just because it's slightly too big, this plant. Let's like scale it down a little bit. That should be all right. Yeah, I think that is good. That turned out great. I'm very happy with that. I'm very happy with that. It's so cool. I love the house inside a greenhouse is a fun build, and to add to the challenge of making it a micro home using a few little hacks, totally works. So thank you so much to my top level members for supporting the channel, and thank you so much for watching, and thanks again Gameloft for sponsoring this video. Make sure to follow that link in the description down below to learn more. But I hope you enjoyed this build. It was a lot of fun. I do feel like there's a lot of potential for this like house and a greenhouse thing, but I obviously don't want to just keep doing it. But I feel like if I didn't do the micro home thing, I also had a lot of good ideas of what we could do with the actual house build itself. But I think just adding that little challenge to it was kind of fun. So that means if you live here, you're gonna get all the micro home benefits, lower bills, higher skill gain, higher relationship gains. It's gonna be pretty overpowered, plus all of that space to do gardening. Because I mean, if you change a lot of that space to actually be able to grow your own crops, there's loads of room in there to be able to do that. So I think this place would be a pretty good like moneymaker and skill builder and all that kind of stuff. But thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time and have an awesome day.